Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're in Morro Jable Fuerteventura, where the wind never takes a break and neither do I. First stop, a super windy beach, so hold on to your hats or maybe just leave them in the car. Seriously, it's that breezy. We're also taking a little stroll along this shoreline, wind in my hair, sand in my shoes and me, pretending it's all part of the charm. Classic vacation vibes. Next up, we've got a giant fish. No, it's not for dinner though, I wouldn't mind, but it's actually a piece of art that's as big as my appetite for adventure, and you don't see this every day. Of course, after all that wind and sightseeing, it's time to eat. We're finishing the day with a delicious lunch. Nothing says vacation like food that's as good as the view. So grab a snack, kick back, and let's dive into today's adventure in Morro Jable. Let's go. So this is Morro Jable. Morro Jable? I'm not quite sure how to pronounce it, to be perfectly honest. I wouldn't want to insult the Canarian people. Morro Jable, I think that's how it's pronounced. And this is the seafront, in a very windy seafront in Morro Jable, which looks very nice, I have to say. It's even got a lighthouse. It would be good for flying the drone, were it not for those strong winds today. It really is windy today. But I have to say, it's true what I've heard about this area, Morro Jable. It has an awful lot of big hotels. So in high season, it is going to be busy. It is going to be busy. There's nothing wrong with that. It reminds me a little bit, tiny weeny little bit of Gran Canaria. Last time I was in Gran Canaria, no, the time before when I was in Gran Canaria, I stayed up in Maspalomas, which we talk about nudity an awful lot when we talk about the Canary Islands, because it is generally accepted down here. Maspalomas has the crazy title, the crazy privilege of being, or of having, Canary Islands' largest naturist resort. So if you like to let it all hang out, then head up to Maspalomas in Gran Canaria. It's not far from the airport. Right, we have run VT. We are back on the seafront, near enough. And I'm going to try and find somewhere to park for us. Well, I think it might be out of luck. Oh, right, here we go. Bob's your uncle. Bingo. Fantastic. Right. Let's take a quick look around before the battery runs out on the camera. Let's see what the beach is like. See if we can see any nudists. So, this is Morro Jable. And seriously, apologies if I've been pronouncing that wrong all the time. I don't know of any other logical way it could be pronounced. And I do find the Spanish language quite interesting, and I do follow it, and I do try to get it right. Sometimes you just get it wrong. Alright folks, here we are at the iconic lighthouse of Morro Jable. Standing tall at 56 metres, this beauty has been guiding ships since 1995. Talk about new school. And fun fact, it's not just a pretty face. It helps sailors avoid crashing into the rocks. So basically, it's like the GPS of the sea, but without the annoying recalculating voice. Now I'm not saying I'm lost, but I'm pretty sure the lighthouse is trying to tell me to stay on track. I guess I'd better take its advice. Maybe I'll climb it next time, but for now, I'm just going to admire it from the ground, where it's definitely safer. Welcome to the stunning beach of Morro Jable. This place has it all. Golden sand, crystal clear waters, and enough wind to send your hat flying faster than a seagull on espresso. It's actually one of the longest beaches on the island, stretching to about 5 kilometres. So, if you're looking for space to sunbathe, you've come to the right place. And get this, Morro Jable Beach isn't just beautiful, it's also home to some of the cleanest waters in Europe. You can even find some amazing marine life while you're out snorkeling or diving. I'm just hoping the fish don't laugh at my swimming skills. So, whether you're here to catch some rays, try some water sports, or just escape the hustle and bustle, this beach has got your back. But maybe not your hat. That's on the wind's to-do list. You see, it's on windy days like this that
Even I feel like I've got a full head of hair. My hair is just like Donald Trump today. It feels very full and rich and impressive and not false at all. So when my hair blows about, I tend to think, look at that, rich bumps. Look how hairy my head is. Just like Donald Trump and his rich, full-bodied hair, which isn't a wig. The beach here, as you've probably seen from the camera images, just goes on and on for miles and miles. It is somewhere I'd definitely come back to. Don't worry about the wind. Don't worry about the wind. It's like that every day. No, it isn't. Look, it's windy in the Canary Islands. You've got to remember where you are, as I have said many times before. But it doesn't take away the enjoyment. And don't forget, it does look quiet. It is quiet this time of the year. Mid-December. But next week it'll be rammed in the lead up to Christmas. It's just, this is the first 2 weeks in December are always quiet down here. That's why I always come here in the first part of December.
Okay folks, I just stumbled upon this giant fish in Morro Jable. No, it's not part of a seafood buffet, though I would be tempted. It's actually a really cool piece of art. It's huge, and I'm starting to think the fish here are living a much better life than I am. After that giant fish, I'm pretty hungry, so I'm here at Misa Don Pedro, ready to dive into this delicious chicken casserole. Let me tell you, it's like a warm hug in a bowl. Tender chicken, rich flavours, and all the cosy vibes you could ask for. I could live here forever, if they keep serving food like this. 2 of us dined at Misa Don Pedro for just €29.
Right then. Let's jump in the 18 wagon. Let's get the hell out of here. Get the hell out of Dodge, as they say. It's actually a really nice car, this. This isn't the one I booked originally. I got the upgrade. The only thing is, and this is going to sound like a first world problem, it certainly made my friend laugh yesterday when I told him, this bit here, on every car I've had in the last 5 or 10 years, this has all been digital. And my cars have always controlled the fan speeds themselves. In this car you have to manually do it yourself, which is a bit an inconvenience, isn't it? A bit painful. It's not really, I'm just joking. I'm just joking. But it is true. I haven't had a car where I've had to work the fans myself for ages. First world problems, first world problems.
After lunch, we headed up the coast to the port of Morro Jable, where we caught sight of the Fred Olsen ferry making its regular trip between the islands. If that ferry looks familiar, it's because I've featured it on the channel before, and I'm always amazed by how smoothly it glides between the islands. Next up, we got the drone up in the air to catch some amazing views of the port, and of course, some jet skiers showing off their skills. They were going full throttle, and let me tell you, it's been a long time since I taught jet skiing. Actually, scratch that, I've never even been on one.
It's also really incredibly fuel efficient, this car, which, as somebody who hails from good old Yorkshire, God's own county, is very important to me. Saving money is very important. Being frugal is very important to me, because where there's muck, there's brass, as we say in Yorkshire. I am going to get scorned when I get back to the hotel now, because I'm running late, because I spent more time in Morro Jable, whatever, than I should have done. So I now need to go and swap the batteries over in the camera, which is going to delay us even more. But I am excited about this afternoon's trip, so do stay tuned, because I think, well, my friend said it's better than dune buggying, and I don't think it is. I don't think it can be, because dune buggying, for me, was one of the most fun things I've ever done, not just in the Canary Islands, but anywhere. As you saw in the video earlier in the week, it was just huge fun. A massive, massive fun. I loved it. I actually want to own one. I'm not sure if I've got a driving licence for one. I don't know what the rules are on owning dune buggies in the UK, and I'm not sure that Sadiq Khan would be overly impressed if I started driving around in one on the streets of London. I don't know. They were good fun though. Really good fun. Very noisy, but very fun. So here we are, back in good old Costa Calma at this rather bizarre roundabout. This really is a peculiar roundabout. But Costa Calma, nice place, really nice place. Really enjoyed it. Really enjoyed this week. It was nice. And the bonus, as you saw, is they allow those e-scooter things, which I love so much. If you've seen any of my videos recently in the last couple of years, invariably I'm always doing some riding and filming on those because they are just so much fun. Without getting into the serious side of politics as to they could well be the future of urban travel, without getting into all of that, they are just great fun. And unfortunately, a lot of the NIMBYs, in particular in like Porto del Carmen in Lanzarote, in quite a few resorts in Tenerife, the local authorities have now banned them because the NIMBYs were complaining about them. And I get it. I don't like NIMBYs generally, but I get their point of view because people were just dumping them and they're a trip hazard for wheelchair users and stuff. So I do understand it. And that really is down to user error. But as a community, we only have ourselves to blame when people do things like that. That said, the e-scooters are really good fun. And if you use them responsibly, like my friends and I have done all of this week, we've only parked them in designated places. We haven't been reckless. We've been very courteous. And they are great fun. And they are legal here in Costa Calma for the time being. Here we are, back at the average H10. Tindaya. Right, so plan is we're going to change the batteries over in the camera because we are nearly flat. I need a coffee. And I'm going to get scorned because they're not going to be happy that I'm late. And I haven't had my phone with me, so I couldn't even talk to them. Right, I'll be back shortly.